I'm Margaret Whiteycamp. I'm a curator in the Space History Department at the Smithsonian's National Air and Space Museum.
And I'm Farah Alabay. I'm a systems engineer at NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab.
We're talking about George Méliès's 1902 film Le Voyage dans la Lune, A Trip to the Moon, and looking at its iconic imagery and imagination of alien life. Even if you've never seen Méliès's film, you've seen this image from it, because that picture of the capsule lodged in the eye of the man on the moon is really iconic as an image of spaceflight.
Even though the launch sequence is a little bit fantastical, what I really like is that you're seeing people come together and celebrate spaceflight. That's what launches look like even today.
And I love that that comes from the original Jules Verne novel from 1865, that he was imagining Americans building this gigantic cannon, sending a projectile to the moon, but also that people would gather and be excited to see it all happen.
I find it really interesting that they're showing life and vegetation on the moon, because even though we know now that the moon is very much dead, we do actually imagine that there's exoplanets out there that could have this kind of fantastical vegetation.
That fascination with finding other life has such a long history. So when we look at the 19th century imaginings of the moon, it often included these selenites. But I think that idea of finding something like us, something alien and yet familiar, is so appealing.
It's crazy now to imagine that at one point we thought there might be life on the moon. Well, even when we sent astronauts to the moon, we actually quarantined them when they came back to Earth. And part of my job actually is to look for life on other planets, elsewhere in the solar system or in the universe.
They probably won't be dancing, however.